Hello and welcome back to Tip TV with me, Matt Brown. I'm joined with Zach Mir, and today we have Anil Malhotra, who is the co-founder, I should say, of Bango PLC. Good morning, Anil. How are you today?
Good morning. Well, thank you.
Good. Well, starting off, talk us through what Bango is. I believe it's been around for over 10 years. Just give us a quick run through of the company.
Certainly, many of your viewers will have enjoyed the experience of taking a smartphone out and downloading some music to listen to or watch a movie, maybe read a book. Certainly, many people play games on their smartphones. There's a variety of other interesting content and services. Much of this content has a paid-for element. Some of it you pay to download. Some of it, when you're inside the content, particularly if you're playing a game, you'll press a button to buy something within the game. That simple act of pressing a button to pay for the content is powered by Bango in the background in many instances with many of the world's leading app stores. So Bango essentially is a behind-the-scenes payment system, payment technology, that allows people to really quickly and easily click a button and pay for something on their smartphone.
Fantastic. And you had numbers out yesterday, I believe. Just talk us through the numbers and what that means for Bango in its current state.
So yesterday we announced our 2016 financial figures, full-year financial figures. It was a fantastic year for the company. End-user spend tripled to 135 million. We also took a measure of the exit run rate, the amount of end-user spend on smartphones, on content that we were processing at the end of the year. And that had also tripled compared to the previous year end and was running at £195 million a year. Our revenue doubled. That revenue is the amount of money that we keep for providing the payment service that we offer to the big app stores. And that had doubled to 2.6 million. We had managed to run that fantastic growth on a constant cost base using the technology we developed over that 10-year or so period that you referred to.
You've got the growth there, and those figures are rising, and the usage is clearly rising as well. And what are the margins like? And I mean, it seems to be that the amount of money in this is wafer thin, as far as people maybe spending like a few pence in payments, mostly micro payments or small payments. How much do you get out of it? And is there a lot of money in this? So there's a lot of noise here, but is there actually decent money in this?
Yeah, that's a very good question. I think the size of the market itself is vast. I mean, if we just take a slice of the market, last year, during 2016, Apple gave some insight into the amount of money they paid developers that sold through their app store. Google similarly gave some insight into the amount of money they paid developers. And between the two of them, it was something around $40 billion was paid out to developers. Now, bear in mind, the developer receives 70% of what you, the customer, pays. So if you do the multiply up, you're talking about a multi-tens of billions of dollars industry just between those two players. So the amounts of money are vast, as you say. What we've done at Bango is we built a platform that's capable of processing payments at that kind of scale. Now, as you might imagine, at that scale, we're able to process payments, each individual transaction, at an extremely low rate. And part of the efficiency of the technology means that without adding any extra cost to our business, we can process an increasing volume of transactions. We tripled the volume last year, as you saw, and we're able to retain a very small amount of money for each transaction we process. That's good for our customers, for Amazon and for Google and for Microsoft and our big partners, because it means we make payment processing, payment collection really cheap. But at the kind of volume we're talking about, that's potentially a very, very lucrative business.
Do you have pricing power? If I pay 99 pence for an app or something like that, I mean, are you getting like a quarter of a penny? I mean, what's the sort of thing?
Yeah, so our business model is that normally we'll retain a low percentage figure for each of the amounts of money that the end users spend. And I think we reported last year that was just under 2%, around about 1.8% on average across all of the services.
And do you have the infrastructure, if this market grows, to take advantage of that, or do you need to reinvest into your infrastructure to allow for these big numbers that are going to come through?
Well, we're continually investing in research and development because, of course, there's many interesting new ways in which people are using mobile devices to buy all sorts of content and services, and in some markets, even physical goods, and charging this to their mobile phone bills, which is the key billing mechanic we use in the Bango platform. In terms of our expense for growing the business, there is no additional cost we need. We ran some tests at the end of last year to throw a volume of transactions at the platform to see how much the existing infrastructure could potentially manage. And we've calculated we can manage $2 billion of end users spend, so some significant headroom from where we are today. So for the foreseeable future, there'll be no additional requirement to invest in platform. We've done that investment already over the preceding 10 years.
Right, and are you a truly international global player?
We are, yes. Our key customers, I've mentioned people like Google, like Microsoft, like Samsung, like Amazon are, of course, global companies. So we provide them with the payment infrastructure wherever they want to go. For them, if you look at the Android smartphone platform, for example, that's available in over 200 countries. Many of the emerging regions that haven't really had widespread internet access before, Africa, Latin America, parts of Southeast Asia, for the first time people are buying these, for example, Samsung smartphones, getting internet access, and they want to be full participants in the digital economy, which includes having a way to pay. So absolutely our business is truly global. Last year we launched operator billing through the Bango platform, the ability to put charges for an app on your phone bill in India for the first time for Google. We launched previously in Latin America and Mexico for the first time, in South Africa and the African continent for the first time. So yes, very much absolutely a global business.
Any particular reason why Apple, Google or Samsung wouldn't just scoop you up for pocket change?
I think there's some merit in having a independent industry-wide platform. So one of the real advantages of the Bango technology is we're serving all of these global giants. And as an independent business, we can focus on the needs of everybody. We can retain the R&D independence and the focal independence so that we're meeting everybody's needs. It also means that when we make an innovation and improvement for one of those partners, all the other partners stand to benefit. And although they're competing with each other, they understand that when it comes to essential infrastructure, essential internet infrastructure, such as we're providing, actually it's to everybody's interest to have the platform continuously evolve, innovate, and improve.
And in the bank, you're not involved in the banking area? Sort of there's no, it doesn't seem to be that side of the business.
No, that's right. Our normal business model will provide the technical infrastructure. We provide very detailed reporting and analytics, real-time data, so that companies can look at how well the payments are performing, what the customer experience is like in real time. The money flow normally, though, is from the billing service provider. So that's the back-end mobile network operator directly to the internet partner of ours, so directly to Google or directly to Amazon. And we get paid by our partner company, Amazon or whoever it might be. Occasionally, in some markets, some business model, the revenue will flow through us, but that's less frequent. It's normally direct. So we don't have to take any of that risk, and we don't have to get involved in any of that kind of banking compliance activity.
And with regards to the stock price, I think that Bango trading up about 45% year to date, so strong performance already. Do you see more upside in the price this year?
Well, I think the company's, based on the results we published yesterday, is in a really good place. And as we reported yesterday, we also talked about this year, 2017, being a really strong year. I think from a financial analysis point of view, one of the most interesting points that we raised yesterday is the fact that we'll be heading towards our break-even point at the back end of this year. That gives us the prospects of profitability in 2018, and that's obviously significant for many investors. And I think if your viewers are really excited about the explosion of the internet on a global basis, about the mobile digital economy, Bango is a fantastic vehicle for benefiting from that, because of course whatever the content or whatever the service that people choose to buy through their Google Play store on their Samsung phone or through their Amazon online service, we're doing the payment processing for it in so many cases. And so, you know, our business will be rising, whether it's Angry Birds or Pokemon Go or the latest music or the latest productivity application.
So you're a company that people also can relate to, which is rather unusual in this area, because most of it sort of goes way over people's head. It's like
that's right. Yeah, I mean, I think the classic test is when you're sitting in the back of the cab and the cabbie says to you, "What are you doing?" And in our business, you're absolutely right. You can say, "Well, you know, have you ever bought anything on your smartphone?" And an increasing number of people have said yes. And so I'm in a position to be able to say, well, there's a very good chance that our technology was in the background making that all happen smoothly for you.
Fantastic. On that note, Anil, co-founder of Bango PLC, thank you very much.
Thank you.